We're living in this sea of perfection. And if we're honest with ourselves, many of us are drowning. What's up, brothers? And welcome back to the ManYouWell, where we try to put together a playbook, a manual, so to speak, that gives us the encouragement to simply check in and ask, "Man, you well?" So for this episode, I want to highlight a video that I watched recently by YC Imaging about the hidden shift that's happening in the creator economy. He talked about how we live in this world of infinite abundance, of where everything looks like perfect. Every photo is filtered, every video is high def, and everyone seems to have it all figured out. But he said something that gave me pause. He said, "Flattering imagery is cheap to produce now, but it's boring to consume." For us men, specifically black men, we've been conditioned to produce flattering imagery of our lives every single day. We're taught to show the strength, the grind, the success, and we've become experts at this high quality exterior while our internal signal is flickering. So today I want to take some time to talk about the shift that we need to make, moving away from perfection of how we look to the authenticity of how we actually feel. So fellas, this is your manual on how to check in on your mental health when the world expects you to be perfect. So in the video, the creator mentions that quality is just the cherry on the top. Without the story, without the connection, without the meaning, it's all just empty. So think about your life right now. Are you focusing on the cherry or the pie? I know it sounds corny, but for many of us, the cherry is the job, the car, the house, the "I'm good" we give when someone asks us how we're doing. But the pie, the actual substance of who we are, that gets often neglected. We've been told that showing struggle is a low quality mood, but the reality is that humility is what keeps us grounded. When we pretend that we don't have struggles, we aren't being strong. We're being unrelatable to ourselves, and we lose our connection to our own souls. So the hidden shift that we need is to realize that your value isn't in your production value. Your value is in your humanity. So let me give you 3 steps that I'm trying to use for internal check-in. Because people ask me all the time, how do we actually do this? How do we check in? So add this to your manual, fellas, for this internal shift. So step 1, embrace the imperfection. The video actually mentions that in a world where everything can be perfected, especially with AI, imperfection becomes our signal. So stop waiting for your life to be fixed before you check in. Your mental health isn't a project that needs to be finished. It's actually a garden that needs to be tended. So actually acknowledge one thing today that isn't perfect. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're anxious about a bill. Don't edit that out of your internal monologue. Let it be there. Then there's step number 2, move from wide to deep. The creator talks about how some videos are wide. They get the views, but they don't touch the soul. And how he actually wants to make deep content. Most of our conversations as men are wide. We talk about sports, politics, and work, but we need to go deep. So find your trusted source, whether it's a therapist, a brother, or a journal. Don't just talk about what you're doing, the wide. Talk about how you're feeling, that's the deep. And as the video, when somebody has the guts to speak out what you've been through, it seems to hit just different. So be that man for yourself. And then finally, step 3. We spend so much energy masking so we don't look unflattering. But that video reminds us that the savvy creator is leaning to the unproduced, an unfiltered image. So do an internal audit. Ask yourself, am I performing for my family and friends, or am I being real? If you're exhausted, say it. If you're hurting, admit it. Vulnerability isn't a bug in your system. It's a feature of your strength. So with those 3 steps in closing, brothers, I want to leave you with this idea. We don't want the cherry on the top if we can't have the pie beneath it. You are the pie. Your mental health, your peace, your joy, that is the substance. The rest is just decoration. It's scary to be vulnerable. It's scary to admit that you don't have it all figured out. The creator in the video said that putting out his most vulnerable work was the most scary thing that he'd ever done. But it was also the most rewarding. So check in on yourself today, not because you're broken, but because you're human. And being a human, man, especially black man, in this world, requires us to be real, transparent, and consistent with ourselves. So stay well, brothers, and we'll talk soon. In the meantime, just be you.